Today we're in Kingussie, about to take a walk around the town to show you what it's like. Kingussie is 19 kilometres south of Aviemore, with a population of around 1500. It's a small town within the Cairngorms National Park in the heart of Scotland. I'll show you the key sights to see and tell you more about this town as we walk around. We're starting here at the Kingussie railway station, originally built when the Inverness and Perth Junction Railway built a railway from Forres through the Cairngorms down to Dunkeld between 1861 and 1863. The original Kingussie railway building didn't last long and was replaced in 1893 with the building you see today. Although not as busy as in its heyday, you could still catch an overnight sleeper to London from this station. Unmissable as you leave the station is the McKenzie Fountain, constructed in 1911 as a gift to the town by Peter Alexander McKenzie, the Count de Serra-Largo. Born in Kingussie, Peter travelled the world working for the Singer Manufacturing Organisation and became their South American representative. He became Count de Serra-Largo in 1896 when King Carlos I of Portugal honoured him for his services to the Portuguese people living in the then troubled Brazil. His wife, the Countess de Serra-Largo, presented this fountain to the Provost and Town Council on 21st of July 1911, and it remains to this day welcoming visitors to the town, although currently out of order. As we head off down Spey Street and cross the Gaineck Burn, it's worth mentioning that Kingussie is the self-proclaimed home to the game of shinty. In fact, the town holds the title of most successful team of all time, winning 23 leagues. But it's not just shinty that's played here, as this bowling club has been established here since 1877. Today you can see this immaculate bowling green and the fantastic clubhouse. And behind is the Badenoch Centre, the town's leisure centre, housed in this interesting building. Further down the road is the old post office. Built in 1909, this building is now a guest house. You can book a very memorable stay here. At the end of the street, housed in this beautifully restored 19th century croft house, you'll find the Iona Art Gallery. It's free to get in and is the only dedicated public art gallery in the Cairngorms National Park. We're now on the northernmost edge of the town and are about to have a close encounter with some feathered friends. The Glee Nature Reserve is a small area that has become a home to many hungry ducks. They were certainly keen on our bird food. The area is a great place to walk and enjoy the duck pond. We're now heading back into town to pass by this notable building, now called Tynan Ross Hall. It was previously St Andrew's Chapel. In 1959, its congregation merged with St Columba's Parish Church to become Kingussie Parish Church, and we'll come on to that church building later in this video. Today, this hall hosts many events, meetings, parties and clubs throughout the year. Here we are now passing this small drill hall. Built in 1911, this was a school for the Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders through to 1959, just 2 years before the regiment was amalgamated into the Queen's Own Highlanders in 1961. Today, the drill hall is a well-kept adventure training base. Right behind the drill hall is St Columba's Parish Church. It's located upon the Mound of the Court, so called as Alexander Stewart, great-grandson of King Robert the Bruce, held court at this very spot. He was known as Great Alexander, son of the king, but is renowned in history as the Wolf of Badenoch. Laid to rest now in Dunkeld Cathedral, it was in 1370 that ongoing friction with Bishop Alexander Burr of Moray came to a head when Alexander destroyed most of the Moray town of Forres in May and went on to destroy Elgin and its cathedral in June. That court has long gone now, and a church has been upon the mound since as far back as 1792. The original building was razed to the ground in a fire in 1924, but just 2 years later, this structure, known as Kingussie Parish Church, was completed on the site and remains standing to this day. There are many intricate gravestones here, with the oldest dating back to 1815. In the middle of the High Street is the Kingussie Registry office. This building dates back to 1865 when it was built as the town's courthouse. On the pavement at the front of the door is the emblem of Kingussie with a motto that reads, "Follow closely the fame of your forefathers." Across the road, the old Bank of Scotland building has been converted into a community hub, which has become a charity-led focus for the town. The heart of Kingussie must be the Gynec Memorial Gardens. A memorial had been built originally on the so-called Witches' Hill at the north end of the town in 1921. However, in 1982, the Royal Engineers moved the memorial to this current location in these well-kept gardens. It honours those fallen from both World War I and World War II. Additionally, in 2022, a memorial was added to commemorate the 9 K6 soldiers buried in the Kingussie Cemetery. Alongside the park is this beautiful Kingussie Primary School building. Complete with original school bell, this building dates back to 1876. By far the largest building in the town is the Duke of Gordon Hotel. Originally constructed in 1836, it has had many extensions added at later dates. But Queen Victoria was so impressed by the hotel during her visit in 1861 that she made reference to it in her diaries. The hotel suffered massive fire damage in 1996, and after a £2.5 million restoration, it was reopened in 1998. The hotel acts as a base for annual gatherings of the Clan Macpherson. Close by is the Church of Our Lady of the Rosary, built in 1932, with the parish house being added in 1950. It features a 60-foot square bell tower that has precarious exterior stone steps. This wooden house, just a few steps away, was previously the office of the architect Alexander Katonak. He served in the Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders mentioned earlier during both wars and was promoted to colonel. His designs were mostly of cinema buildings, with Perth Playhouse being particularly notable, as well as Kirkwall's Power Station. We're now entering St Columba's Friary and Graveyard. Not much is left of the building itself, said to have been founded before 1501. A stone here proclaims, "Here lie the hallowed remains of the old church of Kingussie, dedicated to St Columba, and according to tradition, planted by himself." Still standing today though, ancient gravestones mark the resting places of notable members of mostly Clan Macpherson. Standing high and proud above the old graveyard is the town's clock tower. John Duncan McGruer, who was educated in the town, left to travel the world, and upon his death in 1925 donated £1,000 to create this clock tower. It continues to show the correct time, even today. And it is time that we ended our tour of Kingussie. I hope you enjoyed coming around with us on this walking tour. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, it really helps this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. See ya!